Mm-hmm.
Yep.
RJ,
Yes, sir.
let me ask you, what did you think of the movie?
Well, I think I would have been better off spending $10 for a scratch-off ticket.
Oh?
Yeah, because playing those would have been more exciting and fulfilling than what we watched.
So you have nothing positive to say about the movie?
The popcorn was good.
Right here. Let's go.
Hi, Faceless here, and I only have one question for this film. What gave you any indication that we wanted a sequel? Right along too. James, played by Ice Cube, is trying to break up the drug ring in Atlanta by busting the head drug dealer. However, he doesn't have a sufficient amount of evidence to put the man behind bars. He does have a flash drive that belonged to the criminal, but the encryption is apparently unbreakable. But they were able to trace the creator of the encryption code to a hacker in Miami named AJ, played by Ken Jeong. Kevin Hart's character Ben is now an officer and wants to tag along with James to prove to his future brother-in-law and the rest of the force that he can be a real detective. At first, James says no, but after some persuasion from his sister, he decides to take Ben along to Miami to prove to him that he doesn't cut it for this line of work. Once they get to Miami, they find the hacker, but in the process of finding him, they find out that the case is much bigger than they realized. The crime lord Antonio, played by Benjamin Bratt, owns the dockyards down in Miami and wants AJ dead for embezzling money from him. Meanwhile, our boys enlist the help of Detective Maya Cruz, played by Olivia Munn, to take down Antonio and put a stop to the trafficking in Miami. And pretty much our story goes from there. Now, I'm not going to waste too much breath on the plot, only because we've seen this before. Realistically, this film is your generic comedy buddy cop storyline. But the thing is, the comedy here is not that funny. Yeah, there were moments that gave me a small smile, but nothing more. There is a subplot of a wedding planner planning Ben's wedding, but it really doesn't do anything for the story overall. I mean, seriously, was that supposed to be funny?
I'm gonna vote no.
Thanks for your input, RJ.
Anytime, boss.
I think part of the problem why it wasn't so funny for me is that most of the scenes that were supposed to be funny and give you a laugh, you already saw in the trailers. Ice Cube's performance just seems a little played out as the traditional experienced angry detective, which I'm okay with. To be honest, the character seemed more believable than the rest of the characters that we had here. King Jeong's character did have some funny moments, but nothing too memorable. And Kevin Hart's performance as, well, Kevin Hart isn't anything new or funny. I mean, you've seen his brand of comedy in other movies, so we aren't getting anything really new. He's got his funny facial expressions, but it's not enough to carry the movie. I mean, to be honest with you, it felt like someone was telling me a joke, but I figured out the punchline before he got to it, and then by the time he did get to the punchline, it just lost its effect. Now, I'm not going to go as far as saying that this is a terrible movie, but I'm going to go with RJ on this. I would have had more enjoyment playing a scratch-off card. To me, that would have been money well spent. So, my final rating for this film is a D. Only because it is watchable, and I would personally put it on my TV if I wanted some background noise while I'm cleaning my apartment. Well, this wraps up this episode. If you have any thoughts or opinions, please leave a comment below. You can also find my previous videos in peanutbutterdisaster.com, where there are other producers and their content, so check it out. And lastly, if you hadn't done so yet, hit the subscribe button below for more coming videos. But until then, this is Faceless, signing off.
Right here. Let's go. Peanut butter disaster.